Greetings, duelists, and welcome to another video. So, yeah, the list is out. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on April 31st. Konami came through. So, yeah, this is obviously my first reaction to this. So, let's start with the Forbidden. I'm not gonna waste too much of your time. Lacrima, Appaloosa, Calamity, Beatrice. Appaloosa and Beatrice were pretty much obvious. Like, we already knew that these were going to happen. Lacrima is a very, very surprising one. I did not expect a Fiendsmith hit this soon. Especially like a card from the actual archetype. But I really like this. I think Konami realized that Lacrima is just a really problematic card. It just brings a lot of issues into the game, like games going into time, people winning in time because of this. Yeah, this is a huge hit. Like, I think Fiendsmith as an engine is not going to be played in a lot of decks. I think Lacrima is the very best hit they could have done to this. Like, yeah, this engine is probably not going to be played in a lot of decks. At least not ones outside of Fiend variants. Calamity, this was going to happen eventually. Now people don't have to worry about Centurion or Blue Eyes or any deck that plays Crimson Dragon. At least for now. And yeah, Appaloosa and Beatrice were obvious. Okay, limiteds. We got a lot of them. Eva, Ash, Poplar, 2 gimmick puppets. Okay, Branded Fusion, Spirit Gaze, Prosperity, Sanguine Summoning, Grass. Wow, skill drain. I'll start with the elephant in the room. Ash and Poplar hit. I don't think this is enough to murder Snake Eyes. However, it is a really decent hit. I think this actually is good for the game. The biggest issue that I have with this is that we're seeing the limited. I don't know if it's on the semi-limited yet, but Wanted is not hit. And Azamina is going to be huge when it comes to the TCG. I think they just want to make sure that Snake Eyes have another chance since they are getting reprinted. At least the Witch engine is getting reprinted. So after the tins, if Snake Eyes still is a problem, which I do think it still will be a problem because Flambridge is still a 3, and they have Snake Eye, they have Elstar. But yeah, they did hit Snake Eyes, which is good, but I actually don't think this is enough. Eva, since Beatrice is gone, Eva can come back. Eva limited, I think is fine. Like, I don't think we'll see Drytrons be playing this. I don't think any deck will play this outside of like fairy decks in general. The Gimmick Puppet hits, these were necessary. Like, Gimmick Puppet was not like a top 3 deck or anything, but it was a very strong meta contender. Well, it was going to be a problem eventually. It did have enough tops in the NAWCQ, which kind of tells you that the deck is very, very ignorant, and if it's ignored, then it's just going to have a problem in the format eventually. Branded Fusion, I would have preferred Sanctifier, but I'm glad this is hit. And they hit opening of the Spirit Gates. For a second I thought that was Branded opening, but this is a Yubel hit. With Lacrima gone, I think Yubel is just going to become the very best Fiendsmith deck at the moment. So yeah, stay tuned. You're probably going to see a lot of Yubel next format. Prosperity, and I'll talk about both of these in tandem. So Prosperity and Sanguine Summoning. These are mainly Tempai hits. I'm glad Prosperity is hit. Like, it had to happen eventually. Sanguine Summoning, like, this is not enough to gut Tempai. Tempai will be in the format. Like, we already saw in the OCG that the deck is still insane. Granted, they do have Maxi and Foros, so maybe Tempai's will be more decent over here until Rachel the Abyss. But yeah, Snake. I don't think Snake Eyes and Tempai and Jubel are not going anywhere. I think they're going to be way less powerful, but I don't think they're going anywhere. That grassroots screener. I'm okay with this. I know a lot of people are afraid of this card, especially since we have triple tactic thrust in the format. Uh, but I don't think grass decks are really good. Like we already saw it in Master Duel. Like I think Konami just wants us to be creative with this card. Infernoids just got new support, and that deck has not seen any play at all. So that's probably going to be the best deck that can play this card. Um, yeah, I'm okay with grass. So skill drain. Um, a lot of people had this on the prediction list, and I actually did as well. Some people put it on forbidden. I understand the problem with this card and why it's warranted to be forbidden, but I think limited is just fine. Semis, all the dragon rulers. Okay, I actually like this. I think they'll just come back to three next list. This is just a cleanup list. Lunarite Tiger. I saw some people predicting this, and I'm actually glad that it happened. Um, like, I really like Luna Lights. I think Luna Lights could be a decent deck again. The deck is not that good. Like, it's at 3 in. Tiger's at 3 Master Duel, and it hasn't done anything over there. Granted, Maxi is in the format, so that could be a factor. So, Colossus and Ib. So, no Nemesis hits, and Colossus is back at 2. Um, yeah, I guess I'll keep playing Ritual Beast next format. Not much to say about that. On limits. Plush Fire. This means this getting an Eratas very soon. Ancient Fairy Dragon. This guy hasn't done anything since it came back. Same thing with Denglong. Rose Dragon, Kirin, and Armageddon Knight. So we still don't have Electromite. I don't know if any Pendulum deck will play Kirin again. I don't think if Pendulum decks are like good at all. And the problem with Kirin is that Kirin is a level 6 monster, so you cannot really Pendulum summon it in the Magic Spectre deck. So yeah, I think the biggest issue with Kirin was just how splashable it was in Pendulum decks, and yeah, Pendulum decks have done anything at all. So yeah, this card is okay to be to be at 3. Thoughts on this list? I like the list. I don't think it addresses all the issues that we have in the game. I think the top 3 decks are still going to be in the format, but I was the Banlist worth the wait? That's very soon to tell. I'm pretty sure people will be okay with this list for now, and maybe in like a few weeks we'll just notice like it really didn't make the biggest difference. But yeah, that's my reaction. Happy new format.